Hello and welcome to the Nerd in Motion. Today I want to talk about something that happened to me on Monday night. Some of you may or may not know that I drive Arctics, and I was driving down to somewhere near Birmingham, trunking as I do most nights, and I've noticed something about the M6, and it's been flagged before by another YouTuber who's a recovery driver, and he makes a very valid point. But I never expected it to cause me to nearly have an accident as well. Now, I was southbound on the M6, and I was going past junction 13, and the gantry came across with a speed limit of 60 miles an hour, I think it was, and it said report of obstruction. Now, obviously, we're limited to 56 miles an hour, so it's not really an issue. But I did slow down, and as I got further, I came across the next matrix board, and this is what I want to show you. So let's just swap cameras about. So this is the first of the square gantries that I came across, and it said on it, not that, it said this, report of obstruction, and it had a speed limit next to it. So it wasn't just that, it had a speed limit, and it dropped us down to 40 miles an hour, which is still quite fast for an Arctic going down the motorway. And what happened is, as I went further down the motorway, I went past this one, and I'm over here in lane 1 where I'm supposed to be, and I'm cruising down, and I come across another matrix. The next matrix, I don't know how far along it is, it's just coming up here. I'm thinking, well, this one will give me a bit more information. It was exactly the same as the one before. So I'm not sure where this obstruction is. And there's no hard shoulder on this motorway. So I'm looking, I've got my eyes peeled. And just up here, further up, there is literally just here. Bearing in mind it was chucking it down with rain, I could just faintly see some indicators flashing on a vehicle. And you know when a vehicle, like the battery's gone flat, or it's an older car, and the indicators are like really slow flashing, and I thought, there's a flipping car there. And I moved over into the next lane. The lorry next to me, he also moved over into the next lane. And, I mean, we'd missed it with loads of room. But, at the same time, I didn't think it was far enough. I would have liked to have given them even more room. So I didn't think much of it, other than I thought these gantries could give better information. That was the first thing. Anyway, I go off, I get my trailer swapped over and all my work done. I'm coming back up the motorway, and I notice on the other side that there's police lights, and I can't see the front bit, it's all projected backwards, but I can see the blue flashing, and I thought, I wonder. Anyway, what I saw was, in this lane here, literally in these two lanes here, was a black van smashed to bits, and just before it was a yellow Arctic, a Scania, with all of its front left-hand side smashed to pieces. And this is the frustrating bit, and this is the bit that I want to make the point on, is that the motorway signal then had, not this exact one, but it had obstruction. I think it was down to 30, but it was showing the first two lanes as being complete, or the first three lanes as being completely shut. Now, if they've got the ability to put up which lane the obstacle is in, why didn't they put that up in the first place? Because I certainly can speak for myself and a lot of other HGV drivers. When we see a sign telling us to move over, it's not always the most simple thing to do, because if you have two lines of other vehicles next to you, it's not a case of just flicking your indicator on and moving across. We need bigger gaps. We also have to worry about the traffic that's slowing down in front of us and making sure that we don't brake too hard to cause the vehicle behind us to anchor on and cause an accident further back. So it's a bit more technical than moving a car from one lane to another. Why didn't they put up which lane the obstruction is? And you can say, well, they didn't know, but all the way along there, it's a smart motorway. It is full of cameras, and I'm sure other HGV drivers would have called that in. Now, the worst bit about that vehicle was somebody had done a paint job on it, and it appeared to have been sprayed in a matte black, maybe it's Raptor spray or just a matte black paint, which meant the vehicle itself was very, very difficult to see. And if it had been there for some time waiting for recovery, or it had a fault, electrical fault, which caused the battery to run flat and the indicators get dimmer and dimmer, if those indicators hadn't been on, I would definitely not have seen it. No chance I would have seen that until I was on top of it. In that rain, in that weather. And I just think that it's getting to a point where it's super dangerous. The fact that they could put that up after the accident instead of putting it there before the accident is just beyond me. I just do not understand. Not only that, previous to that, there was a gantry with all the lanes on it. They could have said, literally, lane 1 is shut, and put a red cross. And we're not allowed, as truck drivers, we're not allowed to be in lanes with crosses. And as soon as we see arrows, we want to move over. But it's not always easy to do. And that was super, super dangerous. I don't know if this video will do the rounds or not, but I'm hoping it does. And let me just swap these cameras about. If you're that person that had your van smashed to pieces, or if you're the truck driver that hit the van on the M6 the other night, I'm sure it was Monday night. I mean, I'm going back, I've been driving all week, so the specifics of what day it was, I'm pretty sure it was Monday night. Please, will you get in contact with me? And I will gladly hear your side of the story, because I feel like there is a problem on that bit of motorway where that whoever is in charge, or whether it's AI that are in charge, it's dangerous and potentially life-threatening. And I just don't understand why they didn't do it properly. I'm very, very surprised that they didn't put up the right thing right at the beginning. If you knew a vehicle was stranded, then you should have put, not obstruction, vehicle stranded, and shut that lane down. Just unbelievably dangerous. So yeah, if you know anything about it or know the person that was involved, please get in contact, because the other side to it is, I feel for the truck driver and the guy whose van got smashed to bits, because ultimately I don't actually think it's any one of those people's fault. I think that is on highways and incorrect signs. It's unbelievably dangerous. Someone will get killed. That is how unbelievably ridiculous these blooming smart motorways have got. So please, if you know any more about it, put it in the comments, or get in touch with me through, I'm on TikTok, you can message me on there, or Instagram, or whatever. Please, yeah, what do you think? Do you think I'm overreacting, or as a professional HGV driver with my CPC, am I correct in what I'm saying? Please comment and tell me what you think. I think personally something's got to be done. There needs to be an investigation, because it's going to end in tragedy, and somebody's going to die. And I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that word, but but yeah. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. I hope you're all okay. I am going to get some more videos out there, but it's very difficult when you're doing so many hours. So yeah, bear with me. Anyway, I'll catch you on the flip-flop, and Have a great day, evening, morning, whatever it is. God bless.